Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm going to show you guys the German Paratrooper knife here first, and I don't know how new, but it is a new made one, but still very cool. This one's made by Eickhorn. It is an LL80, and right next to the two L's there is the little Eickhorn squirrel. Then just below this, on the plastic, it says Germany, Pat Penned. And other than a knife, also has this nice long spike here, which can be used for loosening up knots and whatnot, or obviously be used as a secondary weapon. Nice long string here so you can tie it around your neck like a neck knife, or to your clothing or whatever, so you won't lose the thing. And then I don't know if it's specific to this model or if maybe some of the other brands might have this, but this is kind of unusual here. They've got this towards hooked, and that's for a bottle cap opener. So while you're hanging in the tree being shot at, you can at least be shit-faced before you cut the lines and drop freely to your death. So anyways, to open this up, just like the original ones from WW2, you flip that up, turn it upside down, and it's a gravity knife. Just press on that all the way, blade drops out, then you flip that down again to lock it. And this is the plain edge variation. There's also serrated, and then they've got one that's for like search and rescue, to where the top part of the blade here is like a hook, and then the inside of that hook is sharpened. So if you're trapped in your car or you're trying to free somebody from your car, you can hook that onto a seatbelt or whatever, and one stroke and slice through it. Otherwise, nice quality blade, very sharp. And it's got a little symbol on here. It says original Eickhorn Soligen, and shows the Eickhorn squirrel holding a small sword. And there is a Chinese knockoff of this. I believe the blade is plain and also thinner, as in, you can hear a little wobble there. That's so it can slide up and down into the handle easy. I guess the China made one, really loose, just low quality. The black paint, low quality, as in it's not all smoothed out like this, which you would expect for something made for military. So, very cool. And I ain't gonna bother to give the link because their prices are way high, as in right around 50 bucks, man, with tax for this one from my pawn shop, brand new. This site wanted like 125 for either this version or the serrated, and then you can change out the blades, as in right here. Press down on that with something like a screwdriver, as in you cannot do it with your finger. It's really put together good. And then supposedly that makes it so you can pull this top piece off, which also is connected to the metal cartridge inside the handle that holds the blade. So that just slides out, and then you can swap out blades. This site had just the freaking blades by themselves for 75 bucks a piece. That's why I'm not going to give the link, man. Way too expensive. And they do have one that is for search and rescue, to where instead of this green, it's all orange. So anyways, first cool find. Now onto the game stuff. All this came from the swap meet. First vendor I ran into that had just these two games. Got them both for $5. Got The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. And speaking of The Adventure of Link, I did not have that in my collection yet, so I looked it up online to see how much it might be worth, which I don't really fucking know. I gotta see if I can find it on like Atari2600.com, because he's fair with his prices, but I don't know if it's common, rare, or what. But man, I got on eBay. I'm going to give the links that I found, speaking of Link, for this game. And this game together, sealed in the boxes, wrapped in cellophane with a touch from Jesus, inside other plastic boxes that are graded, which supposedly make this paint here turn into real solid gold. As in, holy shit on the friggin' prices. And that was the first freak out on these two. Somebody has Mario 3, same thing, mint in the box, wrapped in cellophane, in a plastic container that's all graded and shit. One of them was like $6,400. Some other jacktard is all, oh, that must be the low end price, so I'm going to put it just under $20,000. Did they shove them up Britney Spears' ass or something so they're more valuable? I mean, what the fuck? These, man, some people had it way high in the hundreds and then some thousands, man. I don't know what's up with that. These idiots that get these graded ones that come from like gaming conventions or something and think they struck gold, man. It is fucking crazy. But I did kind of strike gold today as a... Got an Intellivision lot here, system and a few games. All the games are common, minus one, which happens to be extremely rare. Not real valuable, but extremely rare. At least according to a few guides that I found here online listing it. And it's a fun game. So anyways, I'll show you the common ones here. Boxing. Triple Action, Astro Smash, Frog Bog, good copy of Pitfall, not so good copy because some fucktard put the number 5 right on the frickin' label for $5. This is NFL football. I fucking hate that. I'd rather them write on the plastic part. At least that you can remove. And NASL soccer. Major League Baseball. Space Hawk. Same thing, somebody wrote on it, but it's starting to fade. Then the wiener is Whitewater by Magic. And this one, I'm not going to show actual gameplay, man. I'll just show it in the system, turned on to show you that I was able to fix this thing. Then the system here does not look bad at all. But what was wrong with it, and it was multiple things, but the main thing that was keeping it from working was the on-off switch was shot. It would work occasionally, and then finally, man, it just bit the dust to where I could not get it to turn on at all. And one of the symptoms it was doing while it was working, after I checked other stuff, is then sprayed down the on-off switch with some of my cleaner, and then also the channel select switch. For anybody that's worked on one of these, the little ribbon cable that goes from the main unit inside that's all encased in metal to the other circuit board where the power supply plugs into, somehow that had come loose. And no, it wasn't tampered with, as in this puppy had obviously not been taken apart before because the screws were really super tight. So, don't know if it was from heat or what, as in the inside of this looked as good as the outside. Just a little bit of dust, no rust or anything. So that was the start of the getting it to half-ass work, hooking that back up and then spraying everything. But it was doing, when I realized it was the on-off switch, right in the middle of playing a game, it would either reset itself, like it was not making good contact, and so it would get a vibration or whatever and just turn it on and off. Or even crazier, the screen would just go black. So didn't just outright replace the on-off switch. That was going to be a pain in the asses, and it's not just a couple wires, it's multiple, and I have no fucking idea what I did with my soldering iron. It's laying around somewhere. So I had another Intellivision system that I was just using for parts, and the supply and switching that was good, so I just swapped it out. So now this thing works beautifully. So we'll hook it up here and show you guys a little preview taste of Whitewater. As this game, gonna pay more than that, man, because of tax and shipping, but you're gonna be looking at over 20 bucks if you ordered. But Atari2600.com does have this game for, I believe, $14.95 for a loose cart. I can't remember on the condition, but usually he's really good on the ones that aren't in scratch and dent. That usually means they're in good shape or really good shape. Another thing that was nice, other than ones that I got from Atari2600.com, which was my, well, actually one of those I did have to repair, but one of the first ones I've gotten to where that stupid RF jack on the back of it wasn't loose from people twisting the cord or pulling it off too hard and breaking that solder loose, so everything's really solid on it. That's as good as I'm going to get on this TV with all the lights on, but anyways, that's the basic scene of the game, and you just got these guys that's on a Red River raft, and you got to make it downriver, and looks like there's 7 different alright, go getting stuffed up, 7 different game variations, to where some of them it's just timing you to see how fast you can get downriver, and then others have it to where you're going for the points, to where you'll go a little ways downriver and there'll be like a little beach, and if you can make it over there without hitting any of the whitewater or whirlpools or barrels or whatever that are floating downriver. Yes, there's always barrels in the river as you're going down in a raft. That's important, that means something. But you can pull over there and have one of the guys jump out of the raft, which is anywhere from 1 person in the raft up to 3 so far, and just run out into the woods off to the left of the screen here and find treasure, to where there will be like a statue of an Indian chief and a little white dude standing next to him, as in white, not honky, and then treasure here and there and flags, and I don't know if you got to get all the flags first or the treasure or what. Sometimes I've gotten it right and don't know how, and then most of the time I go and steal a piece of the treasure, the statue of the Indian chief comes alive and starts throwing tomahawks at me, and then I get killed. Yeah, there it goes on its pause thing. That's something Intellivision does for anybody that's new to it, man. If you leave it just like that, that's like a screensaver. I believe I think the ColecoVision's the same thing. If you leave it on, it will go black like that to save you from having a burned-in image, which is cool. And did I press for that? Oh, I just pressed the number 1, man. Sometimes I think it wants you to press like clear or enter or something. Depends on the game, I guess. Anyways, not a bad game. So, for 20 bucks, man, not a bad score at all, since that game damn near paid for everything, man, if I were to buy it from that site. So, pretty cool. So other than that, man, I've been just sticking with pretty much the swap meet. There's been yard sales all over the place, but it's always crap. And anytime they have game stuff, they either want a lot of money for it or it's just trashed to the point to where why are they even selling it? I mean, it's like stuff that you'll do good to use it as parts. So, not the best, but look out occasionally. So, I will find those links. Hopefully they are still up because it was buy now prices for the insane ones on the Nintendo games, so they should still be up on eBay. I'll at least try and find one of them, if anything, man, because I heard some crazy shit going on with like Amazon on prices for just loose games and stuff. Haha, that's nothing compared to what I was finding. And I'm sure you can look up other shit that supposedly is worth a lot because it's sealed in these freaking graded boxes. That was kind of the thing to where I'm thinking that's what was making them think it was valuable, is the fact that it's been graded by the video game industry or some shit. That this is the highest quality you can get on good condition or whatever. They're still fucking idiots. Catch y'all later.